name's Victor Masayesva.
And what tribe are you from?
I'm from Jemez. I'm Navajo out of Tuba City and Hopi. Was mainly out of Arizona. My mom is Geraldine Toledo. She's from Jemez and the Navajo part. And my dad, with the same name, Victor Masayesva, out of Hopi, and he's full. I actually wrestled in high school pretty much like everyone else, but it was a year, and then I transitioned into cross country and track my last 3 years of high school, and then I went into the Navy back in 2006, and I picked up Muay Thai around the end of 2006. Yeah, and I did that for a couple of years, and then I picked up on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu aboard the ship like a year after that, and it kind of just stuck until 2009. I reached out to a company called Rage and Cage out of Arizona, and they were having a fight here in New Mexico, August 2009. It was on my leave after one of my deployments. 4 years from 2006 to 2010.
And that's where you got introduced to Muay Thai?
Yes.
And you trained Muay Thai for a while?
Yes. I actually trained out of Elevation Boxing with Joe Blake and Amber Brown, who owned the gym out in Moriarty. So I've been traveling back and forth after work, and sometimes here in Albuquerque at the Trellis for sparring on Thursday nights, and then running a lot in the mornings. Right now it is 3 and 4.
Are you pro or amateur?
I'm amateur right now. I don't know if there's gonna be any more after this. I talked to my family. After the win, my last fight, kind of want to jump back in more, but we'll see what happens.
And why do you say that? Why do you say this might be your last?
I didn't know if I could keep going. I mean, I have so much going on. I got work. I'm working full time. I got 4 little boys. One's a 2-month, one's 2 years old, and one's 4-year-old. And then I have a stepson who's 11.
Oh, wow.
And I just don't want to be away from them too much.
And training does take a lot of time.
Yes.
And money. Okay, that's totally understandable. I totally understand where you're coming from, and I'm sure there's a lot of other fighters and athletes in general out there that can relate to what you're talking about. So you just fought recently at the Jackson Series Fight Night? Is that
it was Jackson Wink's Fight Night 2.
Jackson Wink Fight Night 2, and you fought
Ray Baeza.
And Ray fights out of, do you know Ray?
I know Socorro. I'm not sure the gym.
And how did that fight go?
It was a back and forth battle. I wanted to keep it standing, but he likes to go all out and just grind and grind. And I figured that's what was going to happen. Plan was to just weather the storm, kind of control him on the ground, let him burn himself out. And there was a couple times where he attempted to get the submission. I don't believe I was in any trouble, but everyone else saw something different. But I felt comfortable going in to the second round, which is part of the plan was to get into the second round because I know he was going to be tired out. And then again, it went back and forth on the ground. He mounted me, went for armbar. I guess that one was close, but I was able to get out, and I got him to turtle up. I got a couple of head strikes in, and I seen that his body was open, So I went for a couple of knees to the body while he was still grounded. And then he wasn't moving, so kept throwing punches after the knees, and that's when it ended. So I was just waiting for an opening.
The ref stopped it?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a TKO stoppage?
Yes.
In the second round?
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
I got help from my girlfriend, the mother of my boys.
What is her name?
Amber Lucero.
Amber Lucero.
And she has been amazing. I can't.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how she came into my life at a time when I needed it, and she's been by me. She's helped me when I needed help. And with this fight camp and even running the Duke City Marathon back in October, she was there watching the boys, and I felt bad leaving to go train and do all this, but she was right there to support me. She's always telling me I can do it, and I finished the marathon. I didn't think I was gonna do that. And then with the fight, of course, there's fees and stuff, but and yeah, I think the biggest thing was just leaving
time with your family.
Yeah.
Not having the time, and you can't get those years back of your kids growing up. I can totally relate to you.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of athletes out there that can relate to you. Well, I just want to commend you for even attempting to live out your dream. You know that started back in the Navy, and it's hard to get in the cage. You know, it's hard to step in the ring or the cage or on the mat. So, and there's not a lot of people that do it. It takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of time and effort to train. So I just want to commend you on that, and congratulate you on your fight.
Thank you.
Is there anybody you would like to thank besides your wonderful wife?
Yeah, a lot of thanks goes to my boss here at Damage Control.
What is his name?
His name is Delano Romero. He's the owner, CEO. Yeah, he's major supportive. Yeah, sponsorship wise too. And being here at Damage Control has helped me, I guess, get training in other places with different people, where people were willing to help me out because we've helped them out.
Right.
I've helped them out personally. And then Joe and Amber and Austin Lewis, they're all out of Elevation. And then Ray for inviting me over to the trails to go spar. I guess my boys, my newborn, his name is Miko. And then my 2-year-old, his name is Hawk. And my 4-year-old, his name is Coda. And then my 11-year-old, his name is Ethan. Yeah, they keep me on my toes. They're all boys.
I bet. I bet. What did they say about you fighting?
They wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
But going to the fight, we found it like 2 weeks before the fight that it was 18 and over. So my 11-year-old, he was bummed because it was the first time we had him on the weekend of my fight. Usually the other weekends he was with his dad. So of course we recorded it, we showed him, and he was so excited. He was telling everyone what happened.
He's proud of his dad.
Yeah, and Coda, he goes with me to the gym on the weekends, and he gets his own little training in after I'm done. I don't think the 2-year-old or the newborn knows what's going on yet.
Right.
And then, yes.
Anyone else?
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, my family back home.
Of course.
I know they all wanted to make it, but just timing was bad.
Let me ask you about real quick. What do you think of Nico Montano winning the flyweight UFC championship as a Native American?
Yeah, she's huge in the Native American community right now. Not just in the Navajo Nation, but just throughout the whole, yeah,
Right,
indigenous
right.
tribes.
Is there anything else you would like to say?
Yeah, this last couple months has been hard. I lost my grandpa back in September. Um, so that was a tough month to go through. But he's the reason why I'm the person I am. I went into the Navy. Um, sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Uh,
You're a human.
I went into the Navy because he was in. I wanted him to see what his family saw in him. Uh, I just wanted to thank him.
What is his name?
His name is Alfredo Toledo. And
I'm sure he's with you.
thank you. I did everything to not mimic exactly everything he did, but try to be the man that he was. And
I'm sure he's very proud of you.
I think being that person gave me the strength to go through the last couple months and being able to do what I did. So there was a lot of ups and downs, and there still is. Woke up to a broken car window this morning.
You did?
2 pairs of gloves, shin guards, headgear,
Oh my goodness.
shorts,
I'm sorry.
MMA gloves. Yeah, it's nothing to do. It's happening. Thing to do is just try not to be mad. It's a lot of energy to waste on throughout the day, and it just messes up everything else.
Yeah. So that just goes to show that no matter I would have never known walking in here that you had been going through all of this, or that you had such a unfortunate morning. So that just goes to show that we need to treat each other with love and kindness. Try to, because you don't know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing your story about your grandfather and about your family. Thank you so much, Vic. Thank you.